Y'all, it is your old boy Pilk, and I'm coming back today with more Danmachi. Today we're talking about the new heroic trial. And I don't want to say this heroic trial is easy, but well, let's get into it. You can kind of make the decision for yourself. Now, I'm using a fire team, and I will say, as much as when there's two opponents here, normally I say AoE would be or single target would be just fine. AoE seems to still be the fastest here. So I've got a predominantly AoE team, and we're going to go in here and see what we can do. Now, I actually have been told, not only does it say fire and earth are down here, I've been told that people have beaten this with all kinds of elements, even wind. Like the Wrecker Buster team, you can go in here, and you could use that team even though it's not preferable. And I'll kind of show you why. All right, so let's go in here. Now, I have created a skill flow, so we're going to utilize that skill flow. And the nice part is I don't believe they do any ailments, so you don't have to worry about ailment resistance or any of that stuff. You could literally just go in here and throw basically the best of the best at them. But when we've got our debuffs in play, notice that, you know, Hyacinthos, he is only deficient 35%, which means he has a native 20%. And 20% really, honestly, isn't much. So when it comes to further debuffing, you could go in here, and if you've got really good debuffs, you could debuff wind, water, light, any one of those down far enough, you could probably do enough damage. Now, maybe even thunder nowadays. I think dark would be probably about the only one that really wouldn't have the capabilities. Now, Hyacinthos is most efficient to fire, and Asfi is most efficient to earth. But you'll see here, even though she really doesn't have much of a debuff to earth, she's gonna fall pretty quickly. Now he's gonna immediately go, but she's gonna fall out pretty fast. Okay, so here we go. Let's go ahead and do our attacks. There we go. All right, now we've got Haruhime in here. Now I don't really probably need to do Haruhime's debuff, so I'm gonna do a Sheikah here to make sure that I get the counter rate penetration rate, and we've done basically our buff stack. So now we're just doing our main AoE attacks, and with Katori, our single target. Now I'm gonna focus on Asfi on this turn just to get her down, but probably when it comes to my AoE, my SA, I'm probably gonna do my SA and Hyacinthos, and then focus on Asfi for the next couple of turns after that. But once again, pretty straightforward stuff. Now, in this turn, I'm going to have Haruhime doing her heal. I'm not using the new Haruhime, and I probably should, but honestly, this is an old fire team that I built, you know, a while ago, and I haven't needed it. So one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do the SA here with Katori, just because Katori is going to be a major hitter, and she's going to knock out Hyacinthos. That also means that Asfi, with as little health as she has, turn 4 here, she'll probably fall. So let's just see what happens. I'm not saying this is the best tactic. I'm literally just saying this is a team that I've built for a long time that seems to do the trick. I don't know why he survived it. He shouldn't have survived that, but it is what it is. All right. Grant, we had to go to turn 5. I probably could have beaten that in turn 4, but it is what it is. So let's go ahead and go in here and grab our rewards. Bam. So we're good to go. I've had an S-Clear on this for a while, so it's not really that big of a deal. But getting in the S-Clear basically means I can do the next best thing. Let's go back out here. Now we got, what, 28 of those it looks like? 38 of those maybe? So I'm like literally one run shy of getting my results. Now, I could go in there and I could run it one more time. That's super easy. And do make sure that you run normal, hard, very hard, and EX all the way through. EX, honestly, nowadays, if you have any of the current teams, like I was saying, you should easily be able to beat this. Just do enough debuffing. Beating it in, what, 9 turns, I think, to get the S-Clear or whatever, should be really easy with any modern team, honestly, if I'm honest. Now, if you can't beat EX on S-Clear, get your basic clear, and then go down to very hard or harder, whatever you need. Doesn't matter how many turns you beat it in, just so long as you're able to get the rewards. I think there's a 20-turn limit. I think I could be wrong on that. I'd have to go back in there. It'll tell us immediately, but I just don't remember. But either way, if you get the rewards, that's great. And then just go get your S-Clear and very hard or whatever you can do to auto-run it to get your rewards. But The next best thing, what's really awesome, and this is a recent addition to this, is if I go back in here, I want to run this, but I'm in a hurry, you know? Like, I need to get in, get my rewards, and get out. Skip tickets. Do not forget, you get 5 of these blue skip tickets a day. If you are not using them, you are missing out. Now, I only need 1, so I can run that. Now, if you don't have skip tickets, you can go down here and run these orange tickets. I'm personally saving and accruing mine for a later date, but either one would be just fine. And frankly, you're going to get so many rewards so quickly. I think you could probably do your 5 a day for however many days you need it, and you'll be fine. I am sure that the new heroic trial will probably drop this week. So probably finish up this heroic trial and then do the other one. But you're still going to have like 3 weeks to do that. So you should be fine. So go ahead. I'm going to use 1 skip ticket. And there we go. Got my rewards. Got everything good to go. Oh, I don't need to do that. Because I can go down here to the exchange. And I can go ahead and buy my... Was it? It's a blue light this time. And that means that I get a bond out of this selection. Now, the big question I always get is if I don't have one of these units, if I buy the bond, will I get the unit for free? And the answer is no. Okay? And the easy way to tell this is whenever you get the unit like in a gacha or something like that, you'll notice it's like a square box. It's the icon. In here, when it's just a bond, it's like a hexagon. So when you see this, this is literally just the bond. That is it. Now, when it comes to which unit should you grab, this comes down to a number of factors, an honest, interesting number of factors. I always say that the assist is a better value, but it really comes down to, is this an assist you need? Now remember, she's basically a replacement for the Chloe unit that did the double damage nullification. So we go here into the album. We go to assists, and I'll even make this easy on myself and just filter this down by Artemis. So here's the new one. Nope, I'm sorry. That's the new one. So no physical attack times 2, special arts and self, 3 incident effect when physically attacked, null 75% chance of physical. So basically, you get extra chances on top of what you would normally have with like the old Chloe unit to nullify physical attacks. Now this is very good. This is mostly going to be good in war game, but it's a very good skill. And I use my Chloe all of the time, like literally all of the time. So you do have the opportunity to acquire that unit if you need bonds of her. She's really good. And remember, if you need her bond, she's a better value, because at some point, if you have to go in and use star bonds, that's 1,500 gnome tickets versus either these two, which is 1,000. But I'm gonna be honest here. From my perspective, since I already have Chloe, I don't know how often I'll use her. Now, her agility stat is absolutely insane. I think it's like 600 or something when she's fully maxed out. Her agility stat is wicked. So do bear that in mind. But Osfi is going to be insanely good as an adventurer in general and for war game. And then Hyacinthos is like insanely good, like almost mandatory for the current record buster. I doubt the next record buster will be, well, actually the next record buster might be Wind. Hard to call that one because there's something coming soon that would be insane. But I really want to bond him, and I think for me personally, I might do that, but I personally have to deliberate a little longer. I always say the assistant's a better value, and she's really good, but both those adventures are fantastic. So it's really gonna, like, there's no bad choice here, but I would say 100% if you are going to max a unit out, I would do her first, only because if it comes down to using gnome tickets to max a unit, those two, you could do them both for only slightly more than what this one would cost you. When it comes to that, let me just kind of explain for just a moment or so, a little bit deeper if you're not familiar with how this works. If we go to the special exchange and gnome ticket exchange, if I'm going to buy a star bond, an adventure star bond is 1,000 gnome tickets. So over here with 7,300, I can buy 7 of these. 7. Okay? Now, with these, I can only buy 4. Almost 5. But only 4 star bonds I could get for my 7 here. So if I needed to max out that Artemis, and I only needed 1 more bond, I would go get that bond and then use these star bonds. Personally, that's just me. But make your decision wisely. Do you really want, an assist, which assists do pay out massively, but I would say if she's +2 or lower, I wouldn't do it. I would definitely do the adventure. You're probably going to get more mileage out of the adventure. That's just my 2 cents. If she's +3 or +4, that might change things. She's +4, yeah, go for it. If she's +3, weigh your options very carefully. But that's my opinion. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Like, comment, share, all that good stuff. I'll be back with more Danmachi really soon.